Yo, it's the shakedown. Break it, take it, make it loud. Gritty like the city where the Giants draw the crowd. Chopped up vocals, beats that pound. Yo, it's the shakedown. Hardest show around. Hardest show around. Black and red and brown. Yo, it's the shakedown. Hardest show around.
What's going on, Big Blue Nation? Sports fans all around the world. You are now tuned into one of the most dangerous shows on this YouTube. That's right, baby. We back. It's the Shakedown. The show for the fans, by the fans. I am your humble brother, Black Freezy, and I got my brothers with me, man. I got Ghost Dog. I got LRP, and the other brothers will be with us shortly, man. Round of applause to the family. Round of applause to the fans. What's going on, family? What's happening, man? We back, man. We back.
Yes, sir.
What's happening? How we feeling
man?
today?
Just, oh man, fam. It's just, it's a constant question for me with this organization, fam. When is it gonna end? When is it gonna come to a halt? Are we about to man? Look, you know what? Let me breathe. Let me appreciate the fact that I'm above 6 feet.
Yes, sir.
The weather's beautiful. The sun is shining. The moods is vibing. Yeah, man, I'm happy, fam. Outside of what we about to get into, pause. But
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, LRP, how you feeling, family? I know you on travel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How I sound? Audio okay?
Yeah, you sound good, brother.
Perfect. I'm good, brothers. Shit, headed home, like you said. Can't wait to get into these conversations. And like Ghost said, I'm gonna breathe too. But I'm ready for the fire. Soon as somebody say something, I'm type shit. You know what I mean? Because yeah, man. Because I'm a little frustrated, but we're gonna get into it. I let it happen organically. But I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Glad the brothers here. Let's do it.
Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. All right, what's going on, A-Track? Peace to the family.
Salute.
What's going on, Double M Despo? Yo, I went to the brother's channel, man. That brother got a green thumb. I appreciate you, man. For real.
Yeah. Shout out to the
he got a
family,
green
man. Like
thumb,
he said, tackle that button, man. For real. Show support and love.
Yes, sir.
Putting in the work, man. You know what I mean? For the
Double M.
Yeah.
Double M got a green thumb?
He got a green thumb, brother.
Yeah, he was up on the show, up on Shakedown of Shenanigans. I appreciate him coming through, man. You know what I mean?
He's always showing love, brother. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir,
I've been trying to get rid of these bugs for forever.
That's what's up. All right, man. So in these YouTube streets, man, you know what we do when we outside?
We slide. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, hold me down real quick, Ghost. Hold me down.
Yeah, man. Look, the MetLife standoff, John Harbaugh, Joe Shane, Dexter Lawrence. Apparently, the talks have come to an impasse. And with the impasse comes the Mexican standoff, or in this case, the MetLife standoff. My question is this, though, with this entire scenario, right? Who shares the lion's share of the blame here, LRP? Is it John Harbaugh, right? Because I'm looking at it from a couple angles. It can only be really one of two things. For me, it's either John Harbaugh needs people in the building who really loves football, and not that he's questioning Dexter Lawrence's talent, but he might be questioning his motivation or his lack thereof. So it might be a situation where he wants to get what he can get for him and clean slate and rebuild, at least in that position. On the flip side, could this be a situation where John Harbaugh is all the way on board with signing Dex, but for one reason or the next, Mr. Joe Shane, Shang Tsung, is out here lacking in the worst way possible. Right, LRP, right. So my question to you, fam, like what's the source here? What do you think is going on? What seems to be the impasse?
It's a great question, Ghost. And I tell you what, I wish I knew the answers. We all speculators at this point. However, we do have some clues. And we only, we are left to deal with those clues. And I read an article today on G-Men HQ that says that Might be pointing to Joe Shane, man. Shane Sean. I know I just started calling him Joe. Come on, say it ain't so, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what I need to know. Because it tells me that he said some things at his presser, that conversations was going, conversations were good. We've been in touch with his camp, blah, blah, blah. But
yada yada.
Based off of the language and the literature in the article, that was not the case. You know, and then 2 hours later, or, you know, as Big Dash, shout out to Big Dash, because he reported on this as well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Dash Knows. Make sure y'all check him out. Everybody already know. You know what I mean? But that wasn't the case. So some things may not have been the case. So what they call it, speaking out of school. Joe may have spoke out of school.
Like that. Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? May have spoke out of school and then was like, wait a minute, these folks ain't been talking to me, this, that, and the third. And and reason why I say fingers may point towards his direction is because this is not the first time. Right? It's not the first time where he said something to us, but things were going on different in the background, you know? And so with Saquon and this, that, and the third, whatever. So he hasn't had a track record to me of honesty and transparency. So I'm pointing at him. That's what I'm pointing at.
And real quick, man, yeah, we can see your message, fam. I see you over there on X. And for the X people, come on over and show us some love on the YouTube spaces, man. We putting in the work for y'all. And we try to put on good content. You know, you just show us a little support over here. But back to the conversation, man, real quick, LRP. Yeah, no, you're right, fam. And it's crazy, too, with the timing and it all. Because now, I don't know if you checked this out, but there was a situation on the WFAN with Nikki Glazer. She came on there, paused, and she said or alluded to the fact that Shang Tsung isn't feeling comfortable or is not finding some kind of footing in his position now. And there might be a good chance that there might be a little bit of a shake-up and a shakedown, if you will, all the puns intended, after the draft. And Joe Shane is not the only staff, quote-unquote, that are having trouble finding their footing.
And that's eye-opening. I would say that. That's eye-opening. I wouldn't use other word other than that because I don't want to take the baby bathwater and start running or whatever, but that is very eye-opening. And there has been behavioral things that I've noticed that would point to that being true. You know, him saying I am still a general manager at the compound press conference. You know, him trying to reinsert himself in a certain language, certain body language things. Y'all know I come, you know, the fans should know it, but if you don't know by now, I do come from a psychological background, so I'm always looking at what's saying but not being said, you know, especially when it comes to people at the podium, because we all know that they lie at the podium. Everybody lie at the podium, you know, so it's you cannot let this man. I know a lot of people are probably like, whatever, you know, it is what it is, it's a business, but I would feel remiss to say that there's reasons why, if there is any discussion about this man's production or the player that he is now or the player that he's going to be under this new regime, the man just had a baby last year. You know what I mean? And he was dealing with an injury. Everybody know when you have a new baby, you want to be involved, you're going to be tired, you're going to be this, you're not the same individual, you know, you're putting more into it, even though he's an athlete. Everybody's human. He had a baby last year and he was dealing with an injury. So also what we know, now that you do have a baby, you have another life to protect and another life to take care of, you're going to want to search and secure that bag. And if you've done enough to secure that bag so that child don't have to worry about working, this is a natural progression of life. So if they're not looking at that as possible factors of the reason why he's coming to the table trying to force their hand, then that's negligence on them.
That's a fact. All right. Appreciate your family. I'm back. Had to go ahead and handle some business. But yeah, family. All good points. All great points, family. You know, the situation at hand, as I stand corrected, right? Because I thought this was posturing. I didn't think this was going to go too far. I thought that the Giants would actually come to their senses and settle this out and not let any more of our good players out the door. This is more looking like a controlled thing to me, right? Because we should be able to kick the void years until everybody else is up. We should be able to kick them down the road. We got the rookie quarterback situation. We should be able to follow certain models. I hate to say it, like Philly and other teams. We should be able to do that. It seems like this is some sort of control thing going on here because last year we all saw Dexter's face. I mean, everybody want to talk about the play, but you could see his face during the press conferences. That man was defeated. He looked defeated. It wasn't just like, yo, just losing again. It looked like he's tired, right? Body tired, mentally just tired. Then you take into account his elbow, playing injured, right? So when that happens, everybody is pretty much not giving a damn. They're looking at your numbers because you're on the field to play. So let's take a look at the numbers. Let's see exactly what was happening with this young man's numbers here. Y'all fellas can see that?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you
Crystal.
can see the screen right quick.
Crystal clear.
I don't.
All right, so
but I'm good.
yeah, you good? All right. So shout out to Warren Sharp. Put out these stats. He said Dexter Lawrence, 2025 only, right? Because somebody asked him. Just curious, what does the numbers look like for just last year alone? So off the field, Giants are ranked 32 yards per average, 8.4. Sack rate, 4.1, ranked 31. EPA a play per pass play, 0.13, ranked 27. Pass success rating, 47%, ranked 26. Pressure rate, 32%, ranked 23. Now Dexter on the field, pass success rate, we rank 7. You're not passing the ball. The man is clogging up the middle on you. You can't step into your throat. Yards per average, we're ranked 8. That means he's stopping something. We weren't stopping the run all kind of crazy, but we were stopping teams, right? And that's all a component of that middle stone, right? 9th in sack rate,
crazy.
7.7%.
Facts.
10th in EPA per pass rate at 0.09. 22 in pressure rate at 33%. This is Dexter Lawrence. This is what we need. This is what we drafted. This is exactly what they need to pay for, is this production. Now, here's always the thing, right? So we could say all the time or anytime you want that, hey, man, that's expensive, man. It's $10 million. We're apart. Well, that cap is going up and up. They know the salaries cap is going up and up. They know about the commercial contracts they signed. They're playing around with this kid, man. Give this kid the money. The reason why I say give him the money is because you're not gonna give him the majority of the guarantees anyway. That's why you're arguing over it.
Yep.
That's the problem to me with the NFL. You gotta give these guys, they're putting their body on the line. You gotta give them some guarantees.
Yep. And he's, the most double team player in the league. I mean, and with those numbers that you just highlighted, which is, which I love, by the way, because that backs up everything that we're saying and why this man needs to be paid and stay. He was the most double team person, man, with the injury, with feeling tired and defeated. Like, man, it's some BS. Some BS. Well, and I can see them trying to wiggle some stuff. You know what I mean? Like we was talking off stage, but people just being greedy. Trying to hold this or harbor this for yourself. Talking about he still got 2 more years on his contract. I understand the business part of it, but like you drafted this guy. I hope it's not a situation where he's unhappy with after having first meetings with the defensive court. That's probably another element that I'm introducing right now. Forgive me for doing that, but if there's maybe he doesn't like the way he's, if we're going to switch this from a possibility of Shane Sean and Dexter Lawrence being unhappy, I hope it's not a situation like that where he's unhappy with the vision that the defensive coordinator has set forth for where his role is going to be. You know what I mean? So that's just another layer that probably is being introduced right now.
Yeah, but you know what? Denard Wilson, during his presser, stated that he spoke to Dexter because remember this all fluffed up around when the workouts were happening, phase 1, and he basically said that he spoke to Dexter before all of this blew up, and he said they were both excited. He couldn't wait to work with him. So something changed along the lines there. Something changed very dramatically because just like you were saying earlier, right after that presser, and he's stating everything is fine. We still got guys like DJ Reader and this and that, and you kind of downplaying the situation when it comes to Dex. But then you kind of were trying to replace him with a 30-year-old veteran and say like, hey, we still have options, this and that. That's no option for no long-term situation. You're going to sign that man to a 1-year deal.
Right.
To try to keep in your 4th round compensatory pick formula. That's what you're going to do. So, I don't know what the hell they're thinking at this point in time, other than they know something we don't know. I don't know if he has something degenerative or regenerative in the elbow that they know that he eventually he's not going to be able to extend his arm or be the same Dexter. Because that's the only thing I could think about, other than that $10 million, man, y'all going to make that back on concessions over one game. The way y'all charge.
Facts.
For real. Facts.
And pay him now. Pay him now because you got Neighbors contract down the way. You got the Dart contract down the way. Like, just lock him up now, man. And as you alluded to earlier, and shout out to Double Despo, man. Everyone goes off deck sack numbers, but his position doesn't require double-digit sacks. Correct.
That's it.
He's a run stopper. And it's wild because what kills me too with the fans, fam, it's like it's so weird. And I respect people's opinions, don't get me wrong. But when you have basically the face of the franchise for one point or another with a Dexter Lawrence, at the very least on the defense, given the talent, regardless of the down year, pay the man. And y'all ready to just jump out the ship, down in him, down in his talent. I don't understand why the fans lose the human level. You know what I'm saying? It's just so weird to me, fam. It is so wild. And I think a lot of it is...
That's what I truly believe. Sorry to cut your wisdom, brother.
No,
that's what I truly believe at this point in time is that the majority of people are tired of the Giants losing, right?
Period.
Right? So they focus, of course, you got to focus on the team. It's a team sport. But the problem happens within the team sport is that when you lose the good players, you start having a bad team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, this shit is elementary there, Watson. You can't keep giving away the talent you drafted. You can't keep doing that. It's somebody that we're on this roster, we're going to have them on some gold jacket situation to where they retire as a Giant for life. This is not the NBA, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know, man. I've definitely got to put this on Joe Shane. It just seems to what is it? Sabotage? Is it incompetence? Is it finally all creeping up? And now it's like they finally realizing with John Harbaugh, like, yo, like I got to get rid of this dude, bro.
Yeah, it's the constant creation of creating another hole of a player that you got to fix. You know what I mean? Or a position that you now got to draft for, or get another free agent to try to make up that production or make up what you're losing when you already have it. I don't get it. It's very frustrating as a fan to sit there from afar. It almost kind of makes you want to get into the office like, man, what are y'all doing? You know, because that's what it's going to do. And, you know, we got some special stuff lined up, you know, later on in the show about options, but this is, you know what I mean? You got to keep the people. Can you at least get some second contracts out of these guys that you drafted? Can we have some homegrown players, like you said?
Mm-hmm. That's right. He do be cooking the books. That's why they put Aponte in there, because he was in there cooking the books. They had to get him up out of there.
Yo, fam, it's looking ugly for him. And I was willing to cut him some slack, but now I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. He could go. He could go.
He can go, man. He can go as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he might feel disrespected. You start talking to him about analytics, and we know that Shane Jones is an analytical guy. You know what I mean? But some players, you know what I mean? Like, look, ain't no paper going to tell me how to do me. You know what I mean? Like old boy from Drumline. You know what I mean? Hate to quote his ass right about now, but it's relevant.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right, man. The blockbuster, the impasse, man. Every time I've heard that word, I basically knew the deal wasn't going to get done. Every time I heard that word, I promise. Every time, I'm like, all right, well, what happened with the negotiations? Well, they stalled. so forth and so on, needs this, that, and the third. If you can't sit at the table and close the deal, then you are not a good businessman. You're not a good anything to me, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? If this is something that you know you need to have, you should be able to close the deal. So if you're a part on 2 to 5 million, that's one thing. But now we talk about 10 million.
10 milli, bro. That's crazy.
So, I mean, if they wouldn't give up the 5, they definitely ain't trying to pay no 10.
So hold on. If they off by 10, like what are they offering him? 20 mil exact?
Yeah, so here's the reality. All right, so boom. The rumor is, of course, as we know, is it's all about guaranteed money and the fear of pretty much getting nothing, getting nothing for Dex, technically. The reality is Dex is owed 20 million in guarantees this year. He needs a raise. Not just he's asking, he needs a raise because out of all of the qualified DTs, I believe he's ranked like the 5th lowest paid, or something of that nature. The core issue is the market value. How is Dexter Lawrence valued? How does the league see him? So that's the thing, right? So, all right, well, we're offering a Dex. All right, let's see how many calls we get, how many teams are calling. Is there interest for Dexter? Of course there's interest for Dexter, but is it going to come at the asking price that you want? Who knows, right? At this point in time, he ran out of guaranteed money, the market value. Lawrence wants a brand new contract to reflect his true market worth, pairing with his requests and guarantees. And here we are. Brick wall. So first thing I want to ask the brothers, man, is what the hell do we have to do to be able to stabilize and keep this young man? What do we have to do? Are we going to, you know what I'm saying? Are we going to have to picket? Are we going to have to riot? 1925 Giants Drive? Like, what do we have to do? What's going on, man? Like, I at this point in time, I don't understand it because of the void-year situation with the rookie quarterback. So
Right.
Talk to me, brothers, man. I'm kind of frustrated with this one, man, at this point in time.
Yeah, me too. Go ahead, Ghost. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, no, for sure,
Well,
man.
you go first.
Yeah, I got you, fam. Yeah, no, man. I think they might have to. You remember? Was it last year, or was it the year before, where they had the planes flying over the stadium?
Oh yeah.
It might have to be something like that. Instead of clean house, is gonna have to say sign Dex.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. It just depends.
Shout out to whoever paid for that flight. Yeah.
And it was definitely a fan. But my thing is again, the fans are part of this too. Like, there's a lot of fans out there that I just ready to sell him up river, and I don't understand that, bro.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. I kind of understand that, right? Because those are the team people I was talking about earlier, like team first, right? And I get that. I get that. But once again, you need good players on the team to actually have a good team.
That's the problem. That's the definition of insanity, right? Freeze, LRP, like doing the same thing over and over again. It's entire cliche, but again, why are we constantly shipping off our gold jacket talent for other teams to take advantage of it? I don't understand that, bro. I don't get it.
But to the answer to Freeze's question, what we got to do is keep on coming on these airwaves, highlighting those numbers that you just did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is him. When he's on the field, this is what happens, because that's apparently what these numbers guys all they think about. I mean, for years I was frustrated sitting on my couch for devaluing the running back position, and now look at it. You know what I'm saying? People are wrong all the damn time. It's egos and bravado and folks that don't think that they can't learn at their age or how long they've been doing something. I hate when somebody say I've been doing this with this, that, and the third. That doesn't make you, that doesn't negate you being able to learn something. Right. You know what I mean? You still should be able to learn something. So throwing those numbers up, showing his impact, you know what I mean? Creating a situation was just like the calls. So his value should be predicated on how many times your phone is ringing. If you can't sleep at night because hey, what you doing with Dexter Lawrence tomorrow? Hey, what you doing with Dexter Lawrence? Hey, I heard Dexter Lawrence was available. That should tell you the value. I was like, oh shit. Okay, well maybe we should keep him because they got plans for this guy if they get him. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody everybody else knows what to do with him. Everybody from Cincinnati, I saw the Bills, I saw the Chargers, everybody putting their hat in the ring. So Everybody else knows what to do but us, right? Here's another thing. When you get the players ringing off like Brian Burns and everybody, because they know the value of what Dex brings and how that impacts their game. When you listen to Brian talk, he's like, yo, man, I had a great season, everything was great. But yo, man, we got Dexter. We got Dex.
Right. Your teammates, you know what I'm saying? Brian, what about Kayvon? Like, and Abdul, you know what I mean? And even Darius, you know what I'm saying? Like Chapman. So many, like, come on, man. I can't get rid of the, you know what I mean? I called him Hercules Mulligan the other day. I'm like, man, you need it. You can't get rid of Hercules Mulligan.
Hell no.
Man,
Yeah, shout out to Double. He said these standards are a yearly thing around the league. They're playing with millions. Man, is that so true? They playing around.
Right.
This is crazy. It's crazy.
No, right? Shit.
And real quick,
like you about to buy Pennsylvania Avenue for like a whole bunch of cars and railroads. And
Yeah, that was nuts. But yeah, H.S. said something earlier. He said, am I missing something? Didn't he sign a 5-year deal and Andrew Thomas the same year? One of the reasons we couldn't sign Leonard Williams, everybody knows once you put pen to paper, just like a car deal. Yeah, I guess, I guess he just wants some more money, man. Because I think even back then the price was a little bit low for what it was.
Mm-hmm. But that's why you sign them early. That's why you sign these guys early, right? So when the market does blow up, you already got them in a nice controlled deal that's amicable for you. Yeah. Yep. So I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to this, is it the positional value thing? Because we always run into that. The positional value is a quarterback versus the running back versus the corner. I mean, at this point in time, I truly believe with certain players, positional value has to go out the window, not unless they're declining. This guy has to be planned for. They have to plan for Dexter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Plug him up, give him 2-3 people, right? So I don't get it. But remember, this did happen with the Cowboys. They traded away, the Jets traded away one of their best players, their middle stone, to the Cowboys. And we can see here what the price tag was. The Quentin Williams trade, in return, they got a first rounder for 2027 and a second rounder for this year. What do y'all believe the returns would be for Dexter?
You go ahead, RP.
No doubt. Equal with a little bit of extra sauce. If they, like we just said, an impasse is an impasse. And I'm saddened to hear that. But if we are forced to turn the page and then think about what we're going to do now, this would be, comparable to the same kind of deal, if not a little bit more. Because the Jets are the Jets. Sorry for Jets fans, but fly right. That's not our fault. Right. You know what I mean? But this is we the New York Football Giants, baby, and this is Dexter freaking Lawrence here. So if not comparable, but a little bit more. So first round, second round. Well, we need a third. So if this situation, kind of saying, hey, well, get force in the mouth type situation. Let's get that first and that third, and probably sweeten the deal with a little later round versus that second. But extra first and the third, sure. I mean, if it got to be that way.
All right, Ghost, talk to me, baby. What conversation we get back for the Dexter?
Look, man, if it ain't the first round, and LRP alluded to it, because look, no disrespect to Quentin Williams and his talent, but he is not a Dexter Lawrence. So it has to be equal plus some. And, for as much as I want to sign Dex, and make no mistake, I want him to get his money here and retire a Giant. If this ends up being a possibility, the compensation has to match the talent. Because a talent like Dexter Lawrence, first of all, you can't teach size. right?
Massive.
What is he? 6'7", 6'8", or something, some crazy like that, right? If I'm not mistaken, he is literally a giant. And as you said earlier, fam, they have to game plan him every week. The opposing offenses.
And people come to the camp to see what he looks like.
Right.
Man, yeah, well, Dexter's 6'4", 340.
Okay, 6'4". I was off.
340?
Yeah. That's still, bro, come on, man. You can't teach that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Plus what he has talent-wise. Because come on, man, like you ain't nothing to talk about. It's
very interesting, right? Kind of polarizing as well, because when you see kids in college doing the Dexter Lawrence dance, you're like, wow, look at this.
Yeah.
That's pretty polarizing, man.
Right.
He is.
Right.
So the conversation would definitely have to be of this. So, you can set yourself up to, make some moves and find a solution equal, if not, better for the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. He was the face of the franchise here, man. Like, it's not even just college kids. He got like kids or people in general who play football just all over. Flag football or otherwise, they doing the dance. And not even, they got other people in other sports doing the dance too in celebration. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
shout out to Double down there spitting, man. Shout out to Double. He said there's positional salaries now, so it's imperative he gets his positional rates. Could y'all understand that? It's imperative he gets paid to the quality of what he's putting up. It's no different than when you go for your evaluation and you're like, all right, well, listen, I've been doing everything. They list off everything you've been doing, the goods, the bads, the uglies, and then they try to figure out if you're eligible for a raise. Right?
Oh, man.
So I deal with that. I deal with Shane Jones every day when it comes to that shit.
So so this situation here is a problem for Dex because Dexter has 2 years left on the contract. He really doesn't have leverage. That's the actual issue, right? So, it's either you satisfy the man or you trade him. I would not rather trade him, but if we do trade him, I'm with Shakes, man. I want your first, I want your second, and I want your first next year.
Beep, 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 beep. What's that noise? The U-Haul.
The Brinks. Back it up, because remember your designation rolls with you. So if you get drafted in the first round, that carries with you all the way, right? So that's what's going on with Dexter Lawrence. He's a first round, regardless the middle or the last, a first round defensive tackle that wound up being one of the best in the league. Him and Jeffrey Simmons and Jones, they all go back to back. He has one down year, and all of a sudden, he's out the door. Can't smell it. I just can't smell it, man. Maybe me though. Maybe me.
Nah, you're right.
Well,
look,
in my opinion, you're right. I agree with that.
RJ Reader, man. No disrespect, but this ain't Dex, bro. Like this is
the backup plan. This is what Joe Shane was talking up, and I think this is. Because remember, we talked about this offline. Ghost. I think they were going to sign the veteran defensive tackle regardless of what was going on right now with Dex. It was going to happen because they were already looking to deal with this. Now
Roches is up out of there, so not.
Yeah, he went back to the Bucks. Yep. So naturally, you got to bring another veteran in there, and so DJ Reader was already on, the radar. But I think when you speak him up, you give leverage to DJ Reader now. Oh, we got Dex. He's controlled, and we kind of looking at DJ Reader. We bought a couple guys in, Shelby, Harris, and all these guys, and so why are you going to give this man leverage, talking him up on a press conference? Yeah, just say he came in for a workout. Yeah, everything's great. We're looking at some veteran talent. You're talking this man up like he could be a replacement.
Yeah, right. And so now, what I know now, his agent is going to get on the phone with Shane Sean and start talking the same daggone numbers that you would have gave Dexter Lawrence. Because now he was like, hey, agent can use that. Say, hey, man, you just said my client's name in a whole press conference about possibilities of him joining the team. So that value to me speaks that we need to be talking about these numbers on this contract.
And that's coming from an agent. My man right here is a licensed agent. All right.
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, I'm already talking. I already spoken into existence. My man's a
I know
licensed
that's
agent.
right.
Right.
All right. Yep. Shout out to Double. He said, and a compensation pick next year because he's going somewhere to win. That's right. That's right.
That's a
right.
fact.
That's absolute facts. So all right. So we got DJ Reader here. He's the backup plan according to Shane Shone, as my man calls him.
Shane
Shone. The resume: 128 career starts, proven pedigree with the Lions and the Bengals. Man, this is hurting my body. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie, man, because I'm thinking about, if anything, I wanted DJ Reader. I wanted him definitely be a part of our roster.
For the depth,
that's with addition,
right?
To Dexter Lawrence, right? He's an addition,
right. Depth piece,
rotation, right? For rotational purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
If you remember anything about DJ Reader, he was pretty, when he came in, he was pretty much a all around good player. Injuries kind of hampered him here and there. He used to have more pass rush than he does now. I don't think he has much pass rush with him, but I don't think we really brought him in here for that. I thought we brought him in here to plug up some things, and I think they will eventually wind up signing this guy. But if it's in spite of Dexter, I don't know how I feel about it no more. I don't know how I feel about it anymore because it's not it's not an addition. And then,
right.
And then all I can see right now is us covering the offseason and Dexter not being there.
Yeah, that hurts. And I agree. You know what I mean? Because I don't mind DJ Reed either. He was here in Houston, watched them when they played televised games or whatever. You know what I mean? And he, I think. Oh damn! I forget his name already. Where's my guy, man? Head coach of Texas, man. D'Amico. He got D'Amico got a lot out of him, just because of his mind and his gameplay and all that, and the days he played. And even with Campbell, he does some things. So I do love him as a player. I love DJ Reed as a player, but like you said, my vision of optimizing what he does was next to Dex, or in this thing with all our people. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, add him to what we got. Yeah, we doing some things. But without Dex and then just adding him, I'm forced to look in other creative ways that I'm not confident that they'll be able to pull off. You know what I mean? I.e. a lead hunter. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. To come up with a backup plan. That's what they will have to be forced to do if he's not retained. So
very interesting because have you seen anybody in the draft, in this draft class, from a DT perspective that's comparable to Dexter Lawrence?
No,
I didn't even see anybody comp in one of them that's Dexter Lawrence, right?
Absolutely not.
So it's you got to replace him. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You got to replace him with somebody. And so if you trade in for draft capital, hopefully you got a guy in mind that is going to be a bona fide stud. And with that being said, let's go into the war room. Joe Shane, man, talking outside of your neck. Talking outside of your neck, man. Because, to say that avoiding the traps is, in the draft is basically not to shop hungry. You famished, motherfucker. You let this go, you famished. Walking right into the Golden Corral. So, I don't know, man. But if we go BPA without drafting for need, which it looks like we will be drafting for some need. Of course, I don't think we draft a defensive tackle in the first round, not unless we do something outlandish like trade Dexter and get a boatload and then wind up trading back in, because I think that's all Joe Shane is really good for, is trading up. Well, we can trade up and get bums.
That's all he do. Spend. That's all he do in the worst way.
But also, I think that I don't know, man. I'm just, every time I try to get out, this motherfucker pulled me right back in. Pause. You know what I mean? But now he's back to Saint Sean because he still souls. And I just don't know. I think he got lucky now last year. You know, maybe we were loud on the shakedown. You know, we were screaming about this person, that person. Maybe it got to him or whatever. I don't know. And he made some good decisions last year. But, you know, I think you're right. You contradicting yourself and a move making this man or allowing this man to leave, whatever, you are taking away capital. And if you don't get that capital in the trade to replenish, you know, you out there, it's out there with a hungry son.
So we'll play for food.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
A little side note, speaking of that one dude, man, he said, he said, fuck it. He ain't worked too much on his sign. He said, I ain't gonna lie, I want a beer. That's what the sign said.
Keep it 100% funky. I'll buy you a 12-pack.
Yeah, for real. He said, I ain't gonna hold you. I just need a beer.
Yeah, keep it funky. I'll buy you the whole thing, man. Tell me the
That's
truth.
a fact.
Ain't the devil.
Right.
But yeah, man. So I don't know, man. I every time I look at the information, I'm it's just pretty much bugging me out, man. But all right, so what I want to go to is outside of the Dexter Lawrence thing, the other thing that seems to be a situation is more of this situational stuff, right? Like so the overall fifth pick dilemma. I keep hearing this chatter about the Cowboys wanting to trade up to jump the Giants for a special player that they covered. And man, I just got a flashback of Devonta Smith. It just played right back in my head like, man, these guys again with this bullshit. But ultimately, these are the two players they believe we covered. Jeremiah Love and Sonny Styles. So I'm gonna ask the panel. I already know Ghost. Ghost got the grade. You already know. I'll go straight to you, bro. Jeremiah Love versus Sonny Styles. Who you got?
Look, man. I said it the other day, or rather, was it yesterday? I forget.
Yeah,
because I got so much stuff going on. You know what I mean? But I said it then, and I'm gonna say it again right now. I would rather move down from 5 than draft a Jeremiah Love. And again, look, man, the young man is a weapon. He is a talent. There is no denying that. And the thing about this now with the whole Joe Shane and John Harbaugh situation, now it's got me second guessing whether or not he might pull the trigger there, right? Because now that's kind of in the air now with the Jeremiah Love at 5. But for me, again, as I was saying, nah, fam. I'm Sonny Styles, bro. And if not, Caleb Downs in that order. And if not, move down. We have a Cam Scatterbo. We got a Tracy. And LRP, shouts out to your son, fam. I think barring injury, knock on wood, right? Cam Scatterbo is going to be a star in this league, bro. He has the talent. And he has it's just not only the talent, but like his character, his attitude. Like, bro, he's just a wild dude, and people love to see that. You know what I'm saying? Especially like in New York.
It's a necessity to be a football player. No fear, no pain.
Right. You know what I mean? Pouring it all out on the field. And he could only be a Giant with that type of attitude. So, for me, the running back room has a lot of mouths to feed because I think Tracy's a great compliment to Scatterbo. We got Turbo. Singletary is whatever. And then, Joe Shane mentioned Eric Gray. Ain't nobody talking about that, man. So I don't even know why he even brought him up. But that being the case, outside of Edmonds,
you hear the disgust in his voice, right?
Yeah, because I was too. He said, we always got Eric Gray. He's coming off an injury. It's like, what?
Talk about mission accomplished with the run game and all that. Man, look, that's another reason I'm like, man, Joe Shane, you might have to go. But whatever. Going back to this situation, outside of Edmonds and T-Rex arms, I forget, Mackay, whatever his name is. See? And that's the problem. There's a lack of depth, talent-wise. You know what I'm saying? It can't be all on the starters, bro. How many times we had a starter go out and then we like, oh man, here we go, because we're not too sure of that second or third round. You know, that second, a third person behind the starter. So it's like, nah, fam. Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs at 5. If not, move down, bro. There's no need for Jeremiah Love. We just don't need it, man. It'd be nice to have, but we don't need it.
I might shock the world too. You know what I mean? I started this journey. Yeah. I started this journey out because I was listening to fucking Shakes and was probably drinking. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And then I was like, next day I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't know. But so I mean, I guess this is a reason why they have this draft thing and the build up or whatever, because you start out right after the Super Bowl, whatever, when draft season starts. You know what I mean? You have these players, and then it changes, you know, with film watching, with doing the deep dives and everything, and combine and all that. So I say all that to say that Jeremiah Love is phenomenal. I think he will be. But I'm with Ghost, man, and I'm with, Freezy and my son, man. Cam Scatterboo, bro. I'm telling you, I watched this kid when he sat at the press conference after that game versus Texas. He said, "Man, I'm the best running back in the world. Stamp it. Ain't nobody out there better than me." You know what I mean? He was talking like Tyson. You know what I mean? He was like, my running is impeccable.
If I may say, to add to the wisdom, fam, you know what I mean? Just to the character wise. Remember, fam, when they was interviewing him after, like, with the losses and what have you, he's not used to that, bro. So when he said we're gonna change things here, he said the we part. You know what I mean? And he wasn't speaking French.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly.
And the relationship he has with Dart, like, it's just, again, don't mess that up. This is
exactly. Exactly. Don't mess that up. So I'm with and Freezy's son, you know what I mean? Sonny Styles, man. I went back and watched him, you know what I mean, and replayed the combine. He tested outstanding. Everybody's calling this dude ridiculous, and I believe he's gonna be true to form. And we've been screaming for linebackers, man. This past weekend, my daughter wore a shirt, Shakedown, original. Linebackers matter. You know what I mean? I was like, I see you wearing the shirt. You know what I mean? She was like, yeah, I stole it. I was like, I was looking for that. But, you know what I mean? Linebackers matter, bro. That's what I found this show on, linebackers. So let's definitely get Sonny Styles. I'm with it. And besides, also, I will be remiss to say that if there is an additional running back to be had, where I don't think that we lose anything, and I mean this with every fiber of my being, Dean Connors, number 44. Ironically, he wears the same number, but this dude runs the same way, and he's a white cat. I'm telling you now, first time ever, you can have double M&Ms back there running people over. I'm not saying that to be insensitive to the Caucasian community, but I'm just telling you that these boys run. They run the rock, and they run the football. And Dean Connors from Houston is a beast. And they also got a guy from the Navy. He's listed as a wide receiver, but they did, their offense is so unorthodox that they have him. He did a lot of his snaps from the backfield. So, and his name is Heinrich, Heidenreich, and he's a beast too. So, like you said, Ghost, I do think there are other players later on in the draft that they can get. Now, for some reason, the world has Dean Connors down there like number 300, 249 ranked player for some reason. I don't pay no attention to that. I can give a damn what that says. This kid is a beast, and he will ball if somebody gives him a chance. So that's what I'm looking at as an additional running back room in case Gray or, Motor don't work out. I will go there if I'm being putting on my own GM hat. But yeah, at number 5, I'm going Sonny Styles, baby. Lock it in.
Sonny Styles, yeah. I gotta be honest with you, bro. We don't need no damn running back, man. I'm sorry, man. We don't need a running back. We need linebackers, bro. We need defensive tackle, and we need offensive guards and a cornerback.
Hashtag stop the run.
I get it. Hashtag stop the run. I get it. You want to double up like we did with Abdul Carter. I get it. But not this time. You just did it last year. Not this time. Go get the best linebacker in this draft. And the only reason why I say that is because I think it's upside. You know what I'm saying? It's there. That's what it is. The man just changed from a safety to a linebacker. And all I see is shedding. You know what I'm saying? He's shedding blocks already. So
lives in that backfield, bro.
yeah, I mean,
Lives in that.
of course he came from an extremely aggressive defense over there at Ohio State. And we were in the building scouting all of those players. We wasn't just there for Sonny them. We was there for Tate. We was there for all of them, right? And the one that I covered outside of Downs and Styles is Caden McDonald, bro. Absolute animal, right? So if you're going to do anything with this Dexter funny stuff, you better have somebody like that. That is an absolute animal, immovable object. Because that's why I was asking earlier, like who was comparable to Dexter Lawrence, but I couldn't see anything. The closest I got was Caden McDonald.
I was gonna say him, but like again, Dex is Dex, man. You know what I mean?
All right, fellas, man. We ain't got to keep the people too long, but before we go, I'm gonna take a look at something real quick. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I ended up doing everything from the parking lot.
Hey, man. Hey, sometimes we remote. You got to do it remote.
Hey,
you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the dual track blueprint. Damn you, Dexter. Why you got to be so good? All right. So the trigger is Dexter Lawrence standoff. On the left hand side is the good trajectory. On the right hand side, I'm going to call the other, right? Without Dex. So on the left-hand side, we got retaining Dex. Everything is good in the land of the New York Football Giants. We signed DJ Reader. Draft a premium BPA at 5, in which I'm thinking of Sonny Styles or Downs. That's just me. And dominate the trenches. This is what I would like, the left-hand side, right? The right-hand path, we change or trade Dexter Lawrence. Acquire a first-round pick and assets. Trade down in the 5th round. Trade down the 5th round pick, the 5th pick. Use all of the hyper allocation to rebuild. Which would y'all rather, man? The left-hand path or the right-hand path?
Look, man, I'm going with the light side of the force, fam. That's just what that is. And we retain Lawrence.
You said that.
Depth, you know what I'm saying? Fam, it's only right, especially because we got Anakin in the building anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want him to fall to the dark side. We want him to
that's that last real poet shit. There you go. That's that.
Let him go. Put the apron on.
So look, fam, again, draft the premium BPA, which again, as you said, Sonny Styles of the Caleb Downs, right? Mm-hmm. And the most major key for me, and it's so apropos that it's at the bottom right there. You see that? Foundational. Dominate the trenches. Dominate the trenches. Right. I'm going to get my Umar Johnson on and say it one more time. Dominate the trenches.
Your school open up yet?
Pending. We're going to leave it there. Real quick, but just to land this, fam, again, you cannot win football games if you do not control the trenches.
That's it.
That's just what that is. So we need to dominate them.
That's it. LRP, talk to me, baby.
I'm in agreement too, man. I would prefer, the light side of the force, the blue. You know what I mean? Big blue. I would rather that be the situation because that's nasty. That's nasty. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would prefer the left side. If God forbid, if they do have to or be forced to delve into the right side, he got to put his GM hat on, man. Because I will say, despite my appreciation and admiration for Dexter Lawrence and wanting him to stay. Disclaimer: I don't want him to go. I do want him to stay and get re-signed. However, like I said, if we're forced to turn the page, there's definitely a pathway on the right side as well for it to be nasty. But they have to select the right players. You know what I mean? And I'm not confident that Shane Sean will have that ability. So I would prefer the left, but if we got to do the right, they better. I didn't want to have another offseason or wait and see. You know what I mean? And the right side is wait and see.
Right.
It's just that
Yeah. So I'm with the brothers, man. I would rather go with the left-hand path on this one. Only reason why is because LRP just summed it up. We don't know. All of these assets, all of this stuff, we don't know what any of these kids will turn out to be. And Joe Shane has had some pretty good drafts the past few years. Pretty good, right? Players have gotten signed and things of this nature. Whether we signed them or not, 3 of our players went to Tennessee, right? Way more than 3, but 3 of the drafted players went to Tennessee.
Right.
So he's been doing pretty good. But I'm with LRP. I would rather not depend on his skill set and attribute, even though he's stating that Harbaugh is excited and he's even looking at undrafted players and all of this stuff. That sounds great, man. But I just don't trust you. I don't trust you, bro. And I tell you straight to you, I don't trust you. So I'd rather take the left-hand path, which is short of me. It's short of me. Sign Dexter. Sign a veteran DT, whether it's DJ Reader or who else. I'd rather Calais Campbell. I know he's 40-something years old, but I would rather that. I take the production.
For real, that man's still moving.
He's still moving. He's still motivated.
Rocky 7 out this month.
Yeah. You draft one of these Ohio studs at number 5, whether once again Sonny or Downs, and then we go ahead and take the season, man. We go ahead and take the season. The situation is that Joe Shane ain't pressed because he got leverage. So this should be interesting, and unfortunately for me, I see a trade coming, man. I see a trade coming.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think all of this is futile.
I thought we was past this, fam. I thought with the John Harbaugh situation, things was gonna finally rectify itself, man. It's just, man, this dude, bro. Can't stand Shane Sean.
All right, fellas, man. I think we did it. We ain't got to hold the family too long now. All right. So what we could do, man, is take some closing statements to the family. Yeah, round of applause. We can get that in there. Round of applause to the family. But let's take some closing statements real quick, man. We did it. Mission accomplished. Ghost, take us to the crib, baby.
Yes. Stay tapped and tuned in, man. As the draft comes closer, pause, we're going to be here for all the latest and greatest, most pressing Giants news. And real quick as well, man, I can't, talking about speaking things into existence and doing the right thing and all that. All those folks over at the Twitter spaces, why don't you get your Spike Lee on? Come on over, show the love, show the appreciation on the YouTube channels. Tell us how we doing, fam. Get in the comment sections, you know what I mean? Type away and have the exchanges with us, you know what I'm saying? Show the support to the tribe. Make sure you hit subscribe. Because we do this for y'all, by the fans, for the fans. Because without y'all, there is no us. Simple mathematics. And it's free. Just costs a little bit of your time. That's it. That's all we need. But yeah, real quick with the Dexter Lawrence. Hopefully they re-sign him. But like you said, Freeze and LRP, unfortunately, I don't know, man. Fam, we've seen this too many times.
Too many times, yeah.
Too many times. I'm tired. Well, fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed.
Yes, sir. Ghost Dog. Y'all make sure y'all go over there, like and subscribe to Ghost Dog Big Talk. You understand me? Brother over there doing big things. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Big conversations and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All the latest and the greatest. LRP, talk to me, man. Take me to the crib, baby.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in, chiming in. And just to echo what Ghost said, definitely come over to the YouTube and communicate with me, because I would love to communicate with y'all, because I ain't got a Twitter and I ain't going back. You know what I mean? I ain't going back, but I do love talking to the people.
Twitter.
Yeah, the YouTube is my Twitter. So come and talk to me. I would love to hear from you. But yeah, man, definitely check out everything that Shakedown 2.0 is doing. Shakedown Shenanigans every Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern. Definitely check us out. I still a little independent show. We definitely gonna have a guest on, and the brothers coming on to join me whenever they can. But definitely check me out on Tuesday,
brother. Yeah.
No doubt. Definitely check out the Black Book whenever the brother Freezy drop. Always dope. Love to get some swords and all that. My brother put all this good shit in there. Nothing but a good time when you watching the Black Book. Definitely check out Ghost Dog Big Talk. That's on Giants with Shakes. You know what I mean? Check that out. And definitely look out for our brother Same Difference and Either Chosen One with the Blue Wave. They coming. It's in post pre-production. You know what I mean? Brothers getting it together, got something cooking marvelous for y'all, so definitely be on the lookout for that when it drops. And we'll promote that as we get closer to their premiere. But Dex, I hope you stay, man. If it's out of our hands, then I wish you the best. But I hope you stay. Shane Sean, get it done, man. Come on, get on the phone, work this thing out. But if it don't happen that way, then it is what it is. But love you still, love y'all. Peace and blessings. Get home safe if you're not home already. Have a good night. Till next time.
LRP. And y'all make sure y'all go over there, like and subscribe, excuse me, to the Shakedown Shenanigan channel. The brother just dropped his version of the Dexter Lawrence and NBA playoffs and some shenanigans in there. Shenanigans of the week. You make sure you go check it out. You might be on the board. You never know.
Yeah,
right, well,
stay away from them shenanigans. I'm going to highlight you.
Hey, you know what the internet do? Undefeated.
Already.
Undefeated.
Right.
So, yeah, man, we appreciate everybody for joining us tonight and spending your time, which is the most valuable. We do appreciate y'all for that. The Shakedown, a lot of times we go on about 2-3 hours, but we only had 3 brothers. So we're going to be able to get up out of here early tonight. And we appreciate everybody that tapped in, tuned in. And make sure you like and subscribe and join the tribe, man. Run up and sub up, man. It is cheap. It's free. Free 99. Hit the button. Junetown.
No tax.
My man E would say. But yeah, man, when it comes to Dexter Lawrence, I'm just going to say it's so hard to say goodbye, man. it's so hard, bro. I'm just saying, like, as all that, it's just a situation where I get to see this now, man. Before that's why I said I stand corrected, because I thought this was posturing. I thought it was just, he just want an addition, man. He want to be paid like he weighs. So it's a situation where I hope I'm wrong again. Because I would never want to see Dex leave and to see the middle of our defense turn into a Twinkie. You know what I'm saying? Soft in the middle. Shout out to the family. Shakes Montana, you make sure you go over there, check him out at SME. He dropping all of the top 10 prospects, linebackers, interior linemen, defensive linemen. We just dropped the safeties. And coming up next, I believe, is the running back. So y'all go over there, check that brother out, like and subscribe, man. Spend some time. Shout out to Ghost Dog on that too, on those rankings. He did all of the thumbs and all of the slides for it. And shout out to yours truly for editing on the video. We appreciate y'all for loving that. All I want to say at the end of this transmission is the New York Football Giants could never have good things. We could never have anything good, not for a long period of time. It's always going to be something, whether it's bad coaching or bad GMing. Before it was bad quarterback play. So, I mean, we finally got a quarterback, and we need to surround that kid with nothing but the premium talent to make sure he doesn't have a sophomore slump, you know what I mean, and get down on himself. But I just want to say this to the family. Enjoy your night. Thank you for coming out and enjoying with us. Dexter, please, Dexter, stay. Black Freezy, and I'm out. So, all right, man. We usually have Shakes here to do the ending show thing, but who knows it better than I do?
Still working on that.
I'm still working on it.
Oh,
I
yeah, I know. I
you
don't
got it.
expect y'all to agree with us, but we damn sure expect y'all to understand. Understand? So don't get shook up because we keep shit live. It's New York Giants representing on that drive for 5. Take us away, Black Freezer.
Hey.
Yeah. Perfect execution. And you just been shook by the shakedown, and we the fuck up out of here. Peace.